The Tale of Pippin and Thistle. Once upon a time, in a lush forest full of towering trees and rustling leaves, lived two tiny creatures, Pippin, a delicate field mouse with fur as soft as the clouds, and Thistle, a tiny hedgehog, whose spine shimmered like silver in the moonlight. Pippin lived in a small burrow under a tuft of grass by a bubbling stream. His days were spent gathering seeds, hopping from one flower to the next, and exploring the vast forest. But despite the beauty around him, he often felt a little lonely. The forest was so big, and even though he had many friends, none of them were as small as he was. He always felt like he might get lost. One crisp autumn morning, while Pippin was collecting acorns, he heard a soft rustling in the leaves nearby. He darted toward the sound, his tiny paws barely making a sound on the forest floor. There, nestled under a fern, was Thistle. Her little quills puffed out in the cold. She looked lost, shivering in the morning chill. "Are you okay?" Pippin asked, his tiny voice full of concern. Thistle looked up, blinking her large, round eyes. "I'm lost," she said, her voice small and trembling. "I don't know how to find my way home." Without a second thought, Pippin scurried over to her. "Don't worry. I know this forest like the back of my paw. I'll help you get home." The two of them set off together, with Pippin leading the way. As they walked, Pippin shared stories of the forest, of the flowers that bloomed in the spring, the mushrooms that dotted the forest floor, but with each challenge, they helped one another. Pippin would climb onto a rock and extend his paw to Thistle to help her up, and Thistle would use her spines to push aside branches and clear the path. By the time the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of gold and purple, they had reached "Thank you, Pippin. I never could have made it without you." Pippin smiled, his heart full. "We're never alone when we have a friend by our side," he said softly. From that day on, Pippin and Thistle were inseparable. They explored the forest together, sharing adventures and